It's a great day for a road trip. Not going too far, just an hour away, and really just for one night, but just long enough to call it a getaway. As mentioned before in previous videos, I work a lot. 3 jobs to be exact. But hey, I work hard, I play hard. You just have to know when to stop. The harder part is actually making the decision to do it. Every trip I make has a story and a purpose. Except I had a little bit of a hard time figuring out what that purpose was, and even harder making a story out of it this time. But then it all made sense. You'll find out more about that later in this video. I think it all started when I was a kid. When I wasn't in school, I remember watching The Price is Right on TV. I would imagine I was a contestant and had the advantage of choosing any price I wanted without ever hearing the sound of those tubas. There were 2 different types of prizes. Things you can see and touch, like a new set of cookware, a waterbed back when that was a thing, and of course, a new car. I even remember an inflatable twister game you could bounce on in your backyard. But then there was that other prize. That prize where you could have that experience, mostly in the form of travel. I had never even heard of places like Tahiti or Barbados until I watched that show. And for many years, I preferred the things that I could touch and see, and something I could take home with me and keep forever and tell everyone, I won this on The Price is Right. But later in life, I realized that cars lose value, cookware wears out, and waterbeds puncture and leak. So, as I'm walking around these boutiques, seeing all the crafts, toys, and small gift items, trying to decide what to take home with me to commemorate my getaway to this charming place, I really couldn't find anything I needed or even wanted when my own home is like this flea market where I already have my own collection of collections. I guess it just didn't make any sense to spend the money with no purpose. And that was when it all came clear. I needed to have that experience. Price is Right was one of many of my childhood memories. So was Kmart. I remember my mom took me there one time after a bad day at kindergarten and got me a Lifesavers lollipop. I'll never forget the blue light special in the cafe. It was my most favorite place in the world. Only now, it doesn't exist anymore. We used to take road trips a lot when I was a kid. There used to be a roadside stop called Stuckey's. It was a great place to buy souvenirs or ice cream or a hot dog, and they were known for their pecan rolls. They were on what seemed like every exit off the main highway. And not to mention the only place there was to stop on a road trip. Now times have changed. Instead of Stuckey's, we now have Buc-ee's. After a long day on the road, we would always stay at a Holiday Inn. I remember the large green insignia with the arrow and marquee. You could smell the chlorine from the indoor pool, and the lily white towels were always welcoming. And the atrium where the pool was right outside our hotel room. We would swim while Mom and Dad enjoyed a cocktail in the lounge. While we still have Holiday Inn today, it's way more modernized. There's still an indoor pool in most of them, and your stay includes free breakfast and all. But nothing will ever replace the old memories of the way it used to be and the good times we had. So where am I going with all of this? What does all this have to do with my road trip? It's time for the best part. With no particular plan in mind that afternoon, I stumbled upon this. With most of the places of our fond memories of Americana as we knew it are a thing of the past, there are still a few more reminders out there. I'll never forget the birthday parties, the dates, and even the time when my brother sprinkled dry red peppers in my drink. Everything is just how I remembered it. Everything from the salad bar dressing assortment, the red checkered tablecloths, and of course the pizza made for the perfect experience. No, it wasn't Tahiti or Barbados. but just the experience I was looking for. And who needs a waterbed anyway?